The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to it. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody is on their grind this morning. We are up, we're at it, we're here. We're going to be doing what we do this morning. Appreciate everybody that's here. Go ahead and start tapping that like screen on your way into TikTok, and go ahead and start liking and sharing the stream if you are on YouTube. We are definitely here this morning, ready to put in some work. Man, crazy days in the market, man. Crazy days. We love what's going on. Crazy days though. Definitely like what we're doing, like what we got going on this morning. Markets look decent this morning. So definitely like where we are at this moment in the markets. State of the Union didn't crush us last night, which was a good thing. So it didn't crush us last night. So hey, thank you for the sound effects over there. Go ahead, guys. Keep tapping that like screen on the way in. I am trying to get things set up this morning. I thought I had them ready to rock and roll, but there's one last thing I got to set up here. So just bear with me. Bear with me just a second. But yeah, the State of the Union didn't crush us last night, so we're definitely looking good. We're definitely on the right track here. We definitely are still in the bear market, but at least we're not going crazy over here in the bear market, guys. But yeah, just keep tapping that like screen on your way in, y'all. Appreciate all you guys, and we're going to get moving. Going to definitely get moving here. So we're going to look at the markets. We're going to look at the macro. We're going to look at the macro. We're going to look at the micro. We're going to look at a couple other things as far as cryptocurrency goes. I love to see you guys rolling in here this morning. So yeah, definitely love to see you guys rolling in here this morning. Really helps me out. So almost there, almost ready. Got the bubbles up over there on TikTok, ready to get into the news, ready to get into all of that good stuff that we got going on. Thought I had us ready to rock and roll, but we're getting there. Give me a second. Oh boy, the life of a streamer, right? The life of a streamer. You just don't know what you got, right? So, but we're rolling. We're gonna get through it. Go ahead, keep tapping that like screen on the way in, y'all. Appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate all of you guys over here. So, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Good morning, Mark. How are you, brother? How are you? Hope you're doing good, brother. Hope you're doing good, brother. Good morning. Good morning to you. Got my man, got my man Scottish in the building over there. What's up? Good morning, Scottish. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing well as well. Doing good. So here we go. Let's get it. Let's get after it, y'all. Let's go ahead and get after this thing. Uh, we got the. Let's look at the Asian markets first. The Asian markets look really good last night. They closed really good last night. Uh, 40, 40. You got 40 on BTC. 40 next 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 BTC. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll hit the 40s, high 40s though, maybe just for a second. But we got the Asian markets looking good. The European markets are trading really good as well. And then we got the United States free markets that look absolutely phenomenal. So they look good as well. So all the markets are good, guys. The Asian markets traded well last night. The European markets look like they woke up this morning and they're trading well now. We got the United States pre-markets all looking good last night, all looking good today. Uh, you know, so when we look at the State of the Union happened last night, there was nothing really that rocked the State of the Union. Uh, what's up, everybody? Huns Junior, the Junior. What's up, dog, man? What's up? I see you working hard over there, man. So like it, like it. So you guys just keep tapping that like screen on your way in. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. I'll get you guys comments in just a second. We got Nvidia right here at 192, 192.85 right now. Looking good, looking decent, looking like it wants to kind of at least stay stable in this market. And the S&P 500, Nasdaq, man, they are absolutely on fire. I am looking for a correction there at some point, though. We got to correct off of these highs, right? You can't just keep going up forever. Got to correct off these highs at some point. Looking for that correction. I'm not talking about a rollover, guys. I'm talking about a correction with what's going on over there. Over there where we are overseas in the United States, looking at that situation, oil prices are up right now, $68.88 right now. As he's the higher the oil prices, the more likely that they're setting up for something, guys. So we want to watch these oil prices, go see where they go, go see what's going on with them. But yeah, oil prices definitely look a little bit rough. We got to pay attention to them. Gold definitely up. Is gold going to set a new all-time high? That's the question. Are we going to set a new all-time high on gold? Right. That's one of the questions we got to be asking ourselves right now. Is that going to happen? Right. Um, we got silver coming back. It was at like 80 something, sitting at $90 and 30 something cents right now, coming back. We got copper. I told you guys I'm watching copper right now at $5.90. Looks like it wants to bust up into that $6 range right there. I'm watching copper. Copper's gonna be one of them ones that if the situations don't make themselves look good here, then we're going to probably run on copper. If situations get a little bit shakier over there where we are. Let's go ahead. Let's get into some coin market cap stuff over here on crypto. Been through the big overall takeaway is really that the markets look solid this morning on the stock market side. They look really, really good. Um, so we'll see. We'll see where we head from here, right? We'll see where we head from here as 9:30 rolls around and the United States stock market opens, right? Gotta watch that open. Uh, uh, so getting over here, uh, doing great. Mark, you're doing great. Good, man. Good, good, good. Hunzinger, good morning, good morning, good morning, my dog. How are you? How are you? How are you? So when we're looking at these cryptocurrency markets right now, looks like the Bitcoin Fair Greed Index is sitting at 11. That thing keeps stepping backwards, right? Keeps stepping backwards. Uh, not not what we want to see. But it's kind of M. How are you? Uh, JFM, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Not necessarily what we want to see, but kind of what we expect to see in this market. When we're in a bear market, we expect to see this in extreme fear. We'll work our way out of this as we start to come out of the market. We'll work our way out of this thing uh, and see if we can make some moves to the upside, right? But that thing's sitting at 11. Last time we streamed, it was sitting at 14. So definitely looking decent. So I mean, I want to say looking decent, but kind of where we thought it would be. Like we're not going to get a big huge run up here. We're not going to get a big huge move to the upside here. We kind of are just kind of trading sideways, right? Uh, so yeah, tap 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 that like screen. Thank you, Hunzinger, for the sound effects, man. Appreciate you over there on TikTok. Altcoin season. We're not even going to look at altcoin season right now. We're so far away from that. Does it even really matter what the index says? We're so far away. We're so far away. So it is what it is. We'll just ride this thing out. So let's see. We got the market cap sitting at $2.26 trillion right now. Cryptocurrency market cap. You guys can see this thing's been on a steady downward trend here. So I expect it to even trend down even further, right? Yesterday in the stock market, we had the ETF inflows and outflows at a plus 266. Let's call it 267 million dollars right there. It's almost there, so we'll give it credit. 267 million. We had come in to the positive side on the ETFs, so definitely looks good there with the ETF volume ticking to the positive side. Uh, the BTC dominant sitting at 87.8 came down a little bit, came down a little bit. And this is pretty surprising to me to see the Bitcoin dominance come down, even though it's just a percentage. That percentage is a lot. So came down. I was actually surprised. But we got Ethereum sitting at 10.3. So this 1% moved from Bitcoin over here to other, which is the rest of your altcoin, right? Sitting at 31.9%. So they kind of bypassed Ethereum, went right over here into the altcoins with that 1%. Kind of interesting move right there. The open longs and shorts, which we'll get into here in a little while when we talk about the liquidation level sitting at 375.1 billion. So a lot of not necessarily a lot of liquidations over there, but enough. Uh, let's see what Scottish saying over here. What we got going on with Scottish? NVIDIA earnings are today. Yeah, they're today. There's going to be the biggest earnings of the year right there for NVIDIA. They gotta do something with their NVIDIA earnings today. Uh, in order for this AI trade to run, NVIDIA's got to have a good day today when they come out with their earnings. Got to have a huge day, and we'll see. We'll see where NVIDIA earnings go as the day moves on. But they definitely they got to have a day. Mark, thanks for the rose over there. Appreciate it. Yo, Hunzinger, there's somebody over in there talking about DM them for good trading advice. Go ahead and boot them up out of the chat over there. Mark or Hunzinger. We're not pushing that. We're not pushing that. I don't know you. We ain't pushing that. Thanks for the hat, Mark. Thanks for the hat, brother. Yeah, so boot that dude, man. We ain't doing that over there. I'm blessing the lives of the first six uh people to that boot that dude too. Boot that dude too. Anybody pushing products in here, go ahead and just go ahead and just boot them out of here. Mark and Huntsinger, just go ahead and boot them out. They're pushing their products over there. Let's go ahead and get them up out of here. We ain't doing that. You know, we got to be safe. Got to be safe in the community over here, and that's not going to get it done. That's not going to get it done. So again, guys, keep tapping that screen, guys, and keep tapping that screen, and over there on TikTok and over there on YouTube, let's go ahead and get the likes up and all that stuff. We'll go ahead and look at the crypto bubble, see where crypto's actually at today. We had a green day yesterday, which was good. Cryptos are holding steady. Accumulation phase. I call this phase one of the accumulation phase. It's kind of where I think we are. Is that first phase of the accumulation phase. So I think that's kind of where we are. Uh, Yeah, turn off comments for links and people pushing stuff over there, man. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that over here. We ain't doing that over here, man. That ain't how we're doing it, man. But yeah, I think that this is the first part of the accumulation phase that we got going on over here, guys. So definitely, definitely like how we ended the day yesterday and how we're opening the market today, right? So right now we got Bitcoin sitting at 65,500. Uh, looks decent, right? Looks like we want to maybe have a little bit of a relief rally, on Bitcoin right now, 65.5. Ethereum sitting at 1,928 right now, and we got uh, XRP sitting at 138 right now. Not too bad, not too bad at all. So we'll kind of take it. Um, we'll kind of take it from where we are right now. So definitely like that. PB sitting at 505, 505, call it 506 to keep flicking. Solana sitting at 82.98. Like that Solana price right around $82. Like that price right there. I think if it can hold on, if it can hold on to that $82 mark, I think at least for a minute, I think it'll be all right. I think Solana will be okay right there. It's gonna make a next move down in this market, but like I said, we're building up a good day there. Cardano just getting crushed, guys. You guys know how I feel about Cardano. I think this thing's gonna keep dropping down the board. Just there's just no use case. There's just no volume over there. Hydro Liquid sitting at $27.10. I think that this project's going to run. These perp dexes over here, they're the first movers. They're the biggest. They're the layer one. They got the layer one going on over there. So 27.10 right now. I think it's going to do okay. I think Hyperliquid's going to do okay. Chainlink $8.68 right here. Uh, up 1.1% on the hour, up 6% on the day. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Stellar sitting at 15 cents right now. Uh, hanging in there. Crypto's hanging in there right now. So we shall see as the day moves on, as we start to move on throughout the day, see what the stock market does, see what crypto does. But right now, in this, the daily and the hourly are looking pretty solid. They're looking pretty damn solid. So let's see. Let's see where we go. I lost my chat over there on TikTok. Lost my chat. I can see who's in here. Just can't see my chat. So like the viewers over there. I don't know what the hell happened to my chat, but uh, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll with it. Did you guys turn the chat off? Mods, you guys turn the chat off? You guys can turn the chat back on. Just boot the people that were pushing their products, but you guys can definitely turn the chat back on. But yeah, so the the Mark and Hunzinger, you can if you want to turn the chat back on. Just don't allow people to be posting that stuff in here, pushing the products. Just boot them out of the live, right? Just boot them right out of live. So I mean, we're not even gonna look to mute them or anything. Just boot them up out of here. So we got the Solana chart right here. You guys can see it's bouncing up in these EMAs right here. So Solana's looking decent right here. It's bouncing up in these EMAs right here. Right here is important. These are basically your moving averages right here, right? So if your project can come back up in here, get some strength up in here in these moving averages right here, then it possibly could make another move to the upside. But I'm just looking for Solana to get back up here into these moving averages, which is about 87.80 today is kind of what we can expect out of Solana if it makes this move. I played this. You guys seen my video? I played this Pyth move yesterday. This Pyth short. I played it right here, back up into these moving averages. Luckily, I got out like right up in this area right here. I played the short right here, got out right there, and because I mean, obviously, it went to the downside a little bit after that, but it was getting a little sticky. It was getting a little hairy. So we made our money and we got up out of there. We looked at the total market cap here, guys. We looked at this total market cap before, and as you guys can see, we keep working ourselves down to this key level right here, which I call $2.11 trillion. Right here, this is a key level for the total market cap, and this right here is what I'm going to start calling the accumulation zone, sitting at 2.11 trillion. If we can get down here, this is where I think I'll start deploying a little bit more of my capital down up in here. So we shall see where this rolls, but I do think that this right here, this 2.11 trillion, is definitely going to be an accumulation zone for people. Heat, what's going on, my brother, my brother, my brother? DC, man, yeah, what's going on, Heat? How are you, my brother? How are you, my brother? Uh, so yeah, mark this zone right here on your calendar. 2.11 trillion. Uh, key spot or maybe seeing an altcoin pullback. And right now, guys, here's the bottom line. Here's what I'll tell you that not a lot of other people will tell you. If you miss your opportunity to sell, you want to see this pullback. You want to see because this is going to allow you to to go ahead and dollar cost average down into what you basically round trip, right? And then the lesson to that is don't round trip your bag, right? Like there's a time to sell and take the profit. Like that's the lesson, right? That's the lesson. Don't round trip. But right now, if you did round trip, what you want to see the pullback. You want to see us get down there as fast as we possibly can, so that we're able to make this move back to the upside, right? So that's kind of what you want to see. I know people hate to hear. That's not something that everybody wants to hear. It's not something everybody likes to hear. Uh, but 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 it is the truth, right? Like you got to get yourself down here, right? Um, so that you're able to turn this thing around and make some money, right? We got the total two. Obviously, we look at the total two. Some people look at the total three. Either one of them is fine. Either one of them is good. Pods, if you guys over there on TikTok can turn that chat back on, I appreciate it. Uh, if you guys could turn that chat back on for me, I appreciate it. I just boot people that
that put links in here and stuff, just boot them. Necessarily don't have to turn the chat off, but uh, turn that bad boy back on. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Because even I can't comment on my own stuff. So, um, but yeah. So here we are, guys. Uh, and so yeah, getting back up over here to this total market cap, total two. Looks like it. You see the pendant that it came out of. Looks like it's testing the bottom side of that, right? And this is going to be a key level right here where we are right now, $834.79 billion right now, underneath the trillion. You see, we're testing this resistance right here. And the whole key on this is we're on the daily is can we start to make candles back up inside of here, right? Because if we can, it gives us a chance to kind of push up a little bit. Do I think it's a huge chance? Probably not. Just by the total money in the market, you're not going to get that big push to the upside, that big punch. But you can see we're testing that support line right there on the total two. And none of your altcoins are running without the total two running, right? So until that total two can get moving, your altcoins are just going to start trading. They just are where they are, right? Uh, we got Ethereum sitting over here on the daily. You can see all of these cryptos just trying to work their way back up into the EMAs, right? They're just doing their best to try to work their way back up into these EMAs. Some comment. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys over there. Uh, appreciate you guys over there. What the fuck happened to the comments? I don't know, brother. Something happened. But I appreciate all you guys over there. All my mods over there, Hunsinger, Mark, working hard, man. Appreciate you guys doing the thing. But yeah, you can see all of these cryptos are just starting to trying to work their way back up into these EMAs right here. Ethereum is trying to do the same. So we like Ethereum. We like where Ethereum is, but like literally that is kind of where we are. We'll get over to the BTC chart. You guys know I love the BTC chart because this will let you know where the market is headed, right? This will let you know where the market's headed. On the daily here, bring the BTC chart up here. We'll get this thing blown up and ready. So we got the BTC chart right here. You guys can see that this thing dipped down into my buy zone right here. Dipped down into my buy zone right here where we are right now, kind of teetering on the edge of that. So I am going to hold back just a little bit because we are teetering on the edge. I want to see us mint another candle up in there. Up in there. Tim Ski, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up, Tim Ski? How are you, man? How are you? How are you? How are you? So yeah, I want to see another candle minted up in this buy zone for me right here, which is right around 64.7 down here to 61.7. So this is the zone where I think I'm gonna start buying some of the altcoins back, but I want to see some of these candles minted up in here. And when I say buying altcoins, guys, what I really mean is really just dipping my toe in just a little bit, not deploying a lot of capital because I think there's more downside to happen here, but just absolutely just dipping my toe in here a little bit, just in case, right? You got to have some of that just in case sitting around, just in case this market starts to turn around, just in case this market starts to take off, just in case something crazy happens, because this is crypto and anything can happen, right? Anything crazy can happen out here. Um, I mean, we deal with the laws of probability, but the laws of probability really go out the window uh, sometimes in crypto, and sometimes you just can't explain some of the stuff that's happening, right? So, uh, it is what it is. So, I want to have some of this stuff up in here, at least some money up in here, just in case this thing decides to go like this and just really start to send out of here. and that'll give me a little bit more capital when I sell that for the downturn, right? But Bitcoin's testing them buy levels for me. And right here, guys, inside of this box, I will be buying Solana, Chainlink, uh, maybe some Ethereum. So I will be, them will be the cryptos I'm looking to accumulate inside of that box. People say, well, why are you looking to accumulate them cryptos based off the Bitcoin chart? Well, it's pretty simple, right? Because Bitcoin controls over half of the market, so the rest of the altcoins will move with Bitcoin. So that's why. So when and then we'll work once we start minting candles down there, we'll start to work our way down this chart and look for our next buy zone. I already know where that is. I have another chart that already has that all mapped out, but I'm just trying to give it to you guys in pieces here. So, when you look at this, this is the buy. This is the buy zone, and Bitcoin's doing the same thing. It's just trying to work its way back up in here to these EMAs, these moving averages right here. Uh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, baby. Uh, but yeah, so we'll see. Hado, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Yo, if you guys haven't followed Huntzinger, Mark or Hado, go ahead and follow them. Great people. Great people. Have great insight into what's going on inside of this world as well of crypto. So, but you see, you got Aerodrome guys sitting here touching the EMA ribbons, right? Which is important. Aerodrome's doing its thing, sitting over here at 33 cents. Making a little bit of a stronger push to the upside than some of the other products out there. Uh, Aerodrome is showing a lot of strength here, right there, right here where it is. Let's check. Let's check and see something here. Uh, it definitely has its buy signal down here, and it looks like it's nowhere near topped out over here. So, could be some upside here for Aerodrome here as it pushes back up into these EMAs, right? So let's see where Aerodrome goes. Sitting on a resistance line right now, though. Uh, Resistance line sitting here at 34 cents right here. Let's see if it can break this resistance, sitting at 33.2 right now. Let's see if it can break this resistance. It's immediate resistance right here at right around. Let me just get that up in there the right way here. So, looking at about 34 cents here, about 34 cents even. If Aerodrome can break through that 34-cent mark, we could see something out of Aerodrome today. Not really. There's just not a lot of. There's just not a ton of money in this market, so it's hard to find a mover, right? It's hard to find them. It's hard to find these movers, especially when you're dealing with the top 50, right? Uh, especially when you're dealing with the top 50. I mean, they kind of all move together, right? So it's kind of hard to find that, but uh, we do look for possible positions, right? We do look for possible positions, and that's all we can do right now. So you have AVAX in the exact same situation. AVAX absolutely got beat up, sitting at $9.22. This thing was down in the $8 range. Uh, I can't. AVAX is one of these projects. I'm actually surprised at how far it fell. Um, I'm literally shocked. I shouldn't be shocked because I've been in this business long enough to know that usually these projects pull back this far, but AVAX pulled back so far so fast. I I I I thought it had a little bit more staying power than that. So I am I am looking at AVAX as a possible position going into this next run, but the fact of how fast it dropped was a little bit takes you back a little bit, and you got to ask yourself if it can drop that far that fast. What kind of strength does it really have, right? So coming up here, since it's testing the EMAs, right, and it's not overbought, and it does have a buy signal going on down here. Uh, Going on down here, we may see some action off of AVAX today. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what happens. Uh, Teaspoon of teaspoon of baking soda, and 8 ounces of water every morning. Just healthy, healthy tip. Oh, you giving out health tips up in here, Hunzinger? Go ahead, dog. Do your thing. But yeah, so I mean, I think that AVAC is still a strong project. I just think that we are where we are, right? Uh, don't forget my crow. Yeah, let's look at crow. Crow's interesting. Uh, Crow's interesting from the perspective of they don't really their blockchain is what's really supposed to be moving this token, but there's really no movement on their blockchain, right? So I question, I question, I question, I question what Kronos is gonna do here if they don't get this blockchain up and running, right? So we got Crow sitting over here at 7 cents, which this thing's coming down, right? It's trying to work its way back up here where the rest of the projects are, Chimsky. It's starting to try to work its way back up in here into these EMAs. And when you look at this thing on the daily, uh, it was in a sell-off position, still is. We're waiting for that wait for that green dot to come in for a buy, but it looks like it's getting overbought right now. Uh, so it's got a little ways up here to go, but on the daily, but definitely might be overbought a little bit. But uh, at 7 cents, here's how I look at this thing, guys, and how I look at this situation with any crypto. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's Crow. Doesn't matter if it's BTC, Ethereum, XRP. Doesn't matter, right? How I look at this situation is if I buy Crow right now at 7 cents, can it get to 15 cents to give me a double up, right? And then at that double up, I can take my initial investment out of there, and then I can ride the rest in profit, right? So does Crow look good enough right now to get back up to 14 cents, right? And you guys know that I think we're in a bear market, so I think that all of these cryptos will fall a little bit more here, right? So does Crow get down to 6 cents, right? Does any of these projects, does Airdrome get down to does Airdrome come down here and touch this 20 cent mark, right? Does it come down here and touch 20 cents? So that all if it touches 20, the only thing I needed to do is 40, right? And now I'm on a double up. Now I'm on a double up, and now once I'm on that double up, I sell half of that bag, get my initials out, and now I'm just riding the rest of the bear market, the rest of the bull market for a net zero, right? And the quicker you can get to a net zero on your money, as far as the money that you have invested, uh, is the better off you are. Suey, we can look at Suey. I like Suey. Um, I like Sui a lot. I'm gonna hold off on Sui though, because I know that there's big unlocks coming, right? So Sui's sitting at 90 cents right now. Definitely way down from where it was, like when we pull Sui back here. I mean, Sui had a beautiful run. I mean, you look at that run, that's a beautiful run, right? Coming all the way down. It had to go all the way up to get all the way down. But Stewie looks good, right? But remember, at 90 cents, there's airdrops to come, right? So, I mean, unlocks to come, right? Definitely not a nice green candle. You're just getting back up into the moving averages right now. You're looking at about 98 cents. Let's see kind of where this thing is. Looks like it's on an uptrend right now on the daily, and it looks like it's a sell off going on right here on the short term. On a long term, though, it looks like it wants to come up. It definitely wants to at least get up into here, which will probably put it right around 93 cents, somewhere up in there, as it starts to move its way back to the upside. Let's see where this first resistance line is. Sitting right here, right around 94 cents. So I wasn't too far off. 94 cents is going to have a little bit of a problem, and it's interesting because you have your resistance here going on at 94 cents, and that's also the moving average. That's also the EMA line, right? roughly right there is the tip of that EMA line. Is where you're going to get some resistance right there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see SUI possibly move up to 94 cents today before it starts to make its way back down into these areas of 90 cents. But I do like SUI for the long term. I think SUI will come back and do all of the $3 that it did last time. I think that that blockchain will do all of that $3 that it did last time, and it'll be just fine. Yeah, I think SUI will be just fine. Uh, Not worried about. I mean, the biggest issue for me with SUI is where do I get in? Where's the best price, right? Vooney, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Mooney. So that is that for me with SUI is the right. It's kind of where I'm at with SUI is really where's the right place to get in, and we're not going to know that until we start to see this Bitcoin chart start to bottom out a little bit, right? Uh, that's when we're going to know that it's probably the right time to get into a lot of these altcoins. Is where we start to see this these the Bitcoin bottom out a little bit, right? So kind of what I'm waiting for. And I'm on that 1064 1064-364 364, and that's basically 3 years up, 1 year down, right? So we're in the down cycle right now. We're in the down cycle, so just kind of waiting to see where we actually do bottom out. And it should be around October, but I think it's going to cut short just a little bit because that cycle is based off of a lot of the tokens being in supply, all of the tokens being in supply, right? And we do have some locked up right now, right? We do have some locked up right now with the ETFs. I think it's going to cut it a little bit short. So I think we're probably looking around September. You want to start? I'm going to really start to think we're somewhere near the bottom of this thing around September. I know a lot of people are saying October, but I think right around the end of summer is where we're going to really want to start to put some money into this market. So I think that's going to be kind of where we are. Uh, Cheater. You call him a cheater. You call him a cheater. Oh man, you're a cheater. But yeah, I think this is kind of where we are, and if we pull this thing back, you know, if we pull this thing back on the monthly, you kind of see what we're talking about, right? Uh, pull this thing back on the monthly, and then we're gonna have to really roll this thing up here on the monthly. Fix the chart real quick. So if we pull this thing back here on the monthly, right? You can see our high was up in here, right up in here in October, right? Was our high. It was right up in here in October. It was like 124. So you got to look at okay. So if you're at 364, you're looking at October of 2026. 2026. Yeah, October of this year. I don't remember what year we're in. Uh, to be the bottom, right? And that plays itself out in all of these runs, right? So when you come back over here, you're looking at 2021, 2022. You look at 3 years up, boom, 1 year down, bang, right there. You hit it, and then you started to move 3 years to the upside, right? It played itself out this whole time, right? And trying to this chart, we went on such of a nice run right here, and you got to pull this chart all the way back. But it plays itself out right down here at the 200. is the 200 day, right? Down here is the 200 day. So when you look at how far we got to come just to hit that 200, right? When you look at how far down we got to come to hit that 200, you know, that's a nice drop, down here to like 40,000, right? What do I think we're gonna hit that low? It's crypto, anything can happen, right? I just think that the 364 is gonna get cut short a little bit, right? So you got the top of the last bull run right here, right? We labeled this out. The top was right here. So where we are now, we're nowhere near even touching the floor of the last top, right? So when you look at that for what it is, actually I could be wrong. Hold on, bad boy up. So there was a top. So we're actually below the top, right? We're below the top of the last bull run, right? So now we're starting to test some of these lower levels, right? So here's the top of the 20 of the last bull run. So now we're starting to test some of these lower levels up in here, right? So now we're trying to work our way down here into this $55,000 range, right? Which is going to be one of these things that we have to work our way down to. Selbo, good morning, my brother. We have to work our way down to, right? And this was the top of the prior bull run. This was the top of 17, right? This was the top of 17 right here. This top of 17 sitting here at six, right here, right around 16, 17, and then we're looking at boom, we're looking at a 70 something top, 63, 64 top there, prior bull run, and then here's where we are now looking at like 120, 124 below this level right here of the last bull run. Kind of flirting with the level. We're actually not actually technically below it. Below it, we get there, but technically not below it, but we're moving. Uh, I made a bunch of free tools. You guys just be shilling a whole bunch of bullshit up in here. Talk about you made a bunch of free tools. But we look at BTC on the monthly. Look at where it is though. Look at where it is in this overbought territory. So here's what should be, and this is what people really should be paying attention to. On the monthly, look at where this thing is. This thing is all overbought, right? So when you get up in here and you see you getting your sell signals here, right? You got your sell signal here, sell signal here, sell signal here. So you got three confirmations, right? We're sitting on three confirmations right now, right? You're sitting on which is a little rough, right? So you're sitting inside your EMAs, right? Which is always a time where you have to take a step back and go, which way do I go? Uh, which one? Which indicator? Which indicator? There's three of them up here. Which one? The rainbow indicator? That's the SIOP dash B. SIOP dash B. If you want to download it, don't go with dash A, go dash B. Um, SIOP dash B. This will give you volume. It'll give you some mixture of a bunch of indicators. Takes the RSI into account, takes volume into account, takes momentum into account to give you some signals up here. And when the wave's up top, you're overbought. When it's down below, you can see We'll flip this to the daily here in a minute, and you'll be able to see there's going to be waves at the bottom. This blue line will flip to the bottom, and that just means that you want to kind of take a look at a possible long signal. And the one up top is the two-pole oscillator. It takes the RSI and momentum and gives you a signal as well. You can see that on the chart here, it's gonna take you back to the last liquidity zone for your stop loss. It'll take you back to the biggest liquidity zone, but you can see that it called the short on Bitcoin at 120 at 122. It told you to short Bitcoin at 122 right here. This two pole told you right here, short it right here, and it hasn't given you a sell signal yet. It's been steadily on the run, and now it's going to be steadily on the downside. So this is the two pole oscillator right here, and this one is the Cypher B. And this two pole oscillator right here gives you your signals on your chart. It'll give you like basically right here, it's telling you to get into a short, and it's also giving you your stop loss at what it believes the biggest liquidity level is, right? We'll go back to a daily chart, and you'll be able to see it a little bit better because we're on the monthly. It's because we're on the monthly. It's not going to really show you what you need because there's not a lot of buy sell signals on a monthly, but the big ones are there. Told you to short it at 122. So when we get over here to BTC on the daily, right, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I mean, it's the 1 hour. So you can see on the 1 hour, even on the 1 hour, it's flirting at this top zone right here. So you have your RSI and your momentum right here. And when these two cross, it'll print that signal to go short. And down here, this one moves a little bit quicker, but it's still got a green dot on it. So you're still looking at a little bit of a buy zone here. But when that turns red, you can see the wave at the bottom here. And you see it's green. So that's green on the bottom means start to look at a long, right? Start to look at a long, and then you can see that the long position came up here and verified itself right here. So down here, this one told you to start to look at a long. This one kind of verified that momentum was changing. You rolled it up here. Now we're just kind of looking for that short. You know, if you were going to play this, now you're just kind of looking for that short to turn that long to a short. And as soon as these two cross over you, it jump into that short and start to move that down. That's kind of how you play them. It's kind of how you play them indicators. One day laughing out loud. Crow to a dollar. Oh, that's gonna be a tough move, Heat. That's gonna be a tough move, Heat. But one day, I think it'll get there, Heat. I think it'll get there one day. But are they paid indicators? Absolutely not, my brother. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't believe that you need paid indicators to make moves. I think that there's a lot of great indicators out here right now that you could just go and utilize. So I don't think that you need paid indicators. Looking at XRP, we'll look at XRP before we leave. At a little bit of a resistance zone right here on XRP, sitting at 139. $1.39. Look at it, came up through there today, sitting at $1.40. XRP's above your EMAs, right? So anytime a project is above your EMA ribbon right here, you want to start looking long, right? You want to start looking long. So XRP's in a situation right now where if you would have just long this coming off of the EMA ribbons is another thing I look at too. Is does this thing break out, come down here, retest these EMA ribbons to want to move back to the upside? If it does, that's possible long position, right? I wouldn't have taken it long. I wouldn't have taken it long because you see the momentum's up high. There was a sell signal here, but then you had a buy signal coming off of that EMA ribbon breakout. But I look for I look for a 3-point entry, which is if you're above EMAs, we're gonna try to long you here, look like you wanna break out. If this tells me to long it, and this tells me to long it, that's my 1, 2, 3 good trade. This is only giving me really 2 out of the 3. It came down into the EMAs, it broke out, could have longed it there. Was a buy signal here to check 2, but it's dangerous because you wanna see this wave down here when you wanna long something, because you wanna make this big move up, right? So given the fact that that was on top, I wouldn't touch it because that means momentum is still gonna swing to the downside at some point soon. And then you have this one up here, which is basically telling you it's overbought, so I wouldn't have taken that long. So what that's telling me is XRP, yeah, it made a run to the upside, but it's most likely gonna pull back, and where's it probably gonna pull back to? It's probably gonna pull back right here into the moving averages. You see the breakout here, you see the pullback to the moving averages, right? You see the you know, so it's gonna do it. You can put this on rinse and repeat, you see the breakout, you see the breakout here, you see the pullback to the moving averages. Every time these things happen like this, these signs come in, you gotta have more than one indicator that you can kind of do a 2 to 3 step check, right? So it broke out here. Yeah, it broke out, but it came back down. But look at it, was overbought up here, and the blue wave was on the top over here. That's not a good trade, right? But this is a better trade coming down here on the short with the wave at the bottom coming down here on the short. You ride that down, you ride that down, you ride that down until it gives you a long signal right here, which you would have pushed this to the upside of that. So much better trade setup, right? So the trade is all about the setup. Everybody looks at the price. It's not really the price, it's about the setup. The setup will get you further along than the price. But tap that screen, y'all. Tap that screen. Yeah, it's all about setup. So it's never really about price. Are they custom? Are they custom EMA ribbons? No, you don't need. When people say that they have custom EMA ribbons, the only thing that they're doing is they're either coming in here and changing a color, or they're changing the sensitivity to these things, and you don't need to. Why would I come in here and change the colors? Because the only thing that you're looking for is you're looking for this. When you're dealing with EMA ribbons, really, what you're looking for is this. You're looking for this curl up right here. You're looking for this curl up right here, whether it's see this one to the downside, right? So let's say you had no other indicators, you just had EMA ribbons. As soon as these things curl up and they start to flip over, you can see that you were kind of on top of them here. You've seen them start to curl up here. If you once it fell up underneath there, if you just took a short, you literally could have rolled this short down. You probably would have got money. You would have still been good here, not necessarily stomped out, but you could have rolled this short down until they started to make another move sideways and close that short here, and you still would have won, right? With no other indicators, you would have been good from here to there. Let me do that the other way, just because of my screen. They started to turn like right up in here. Let's just say you weren't that good and you just didn't catch the bottom, right? You just weren't that good. You still would have ended up with a 96% gain on your money just by following the EMAs. You would have ended up with a 96% gain with nothing else, no other indicator, just the EMA rate. You would have ended up with 96% gain if you didn't do anything else. But yeah, you're looking for that flip, right? Because that's mental flipping, right? Uh, Same down here. If you would have did nothing else but got in right here where these flipped, right here, then you would have rolled this long up all the way till they flipped again right here. Let's say you just weren't that good and you just didn't get out at the top, and it probably would have got another about 96%. So with no other indicators other than the EMA ribbons, right? So you literally can follow them up. Like right now, if you would have just got into XRP when they flip, I mean, this is recent. This is right now. They flip here. If you would have wrote them up to just where they are right now, you're looking at, you would have been looking about a about a 3% return on your money already just by watching for that. It would have been up 3%. So you don't really need anything else, but the thing's about to come down. You can see all indicators are about to that it's about to come down. Yeah. You just got to know kind of where you're at, right? You got to know where you're at, right? And use different indicators, get comfortable with the ones you want, and then just do what you got to do. You know. That's right. It's not nap time. It's not. It's tap 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 time. How can I get this indicator? Just go to indicators. Go up here to indicators, right? Go up here to indicators, right? And get the EMA ribbon, right? That's the you just need the EMA ribbon. It's a free one right there. And then the two pole oscillator, right? By Big Beluga. It's sitting right there. That one's right there. And uh, and then you want not Bollinger Bands, Cipher. I'll get you the exact name of the cipher. Cipher B. Right here. Market Cipher B free. Market Cipher B free. That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. That's simple. It's not that easy. People make it way more complicated than what it needs to be. Doesn't need to be that complicated. So but all right, guys. With that, we're up out of here for the day, man. Appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate you guys stopping through. Appreciate you guys being in the building. Appreciate you guys tapping that screen. You guys start tapping that screen on our way out of here today, man. I'll leave you guys with this. We are still in a downtrend in this market. This market is not is not in a full turnaround. We are in a little bit of a relief rally, which is great. Um, which is great for people who are just breaking even and just kind of looking at possibly doing a little bit of something else with their bags. It's great right now for traders like myself who can come in here and look at a couple possible short positions to get into today and try to make a little bit of cash. But the market is what it is right now, guys. So we're definitely in a downtrend. Watch that $2.11 trillion on the market cap. That's a key level right there. If we drop through there, you'll see these altcoins just absolutely drop to the downside. So pay attention to that. But more importantly, just know where we're at in the market, right? And where we are in the market is kind of just teetering along here, teetering along. We're not really moving too far up, but we're making our way down, and that's okay. And those of you guys that round trip your bags, what you really want to do is you really want this market to bottom out. You really want this market to bottom out, man, because that's going to give you a better opportunity to the upside moving forward. So the longer this market just sits here and trades sideways, the uh, the the longer you're going to be sitting in a negative. So that's not what you want. But so with that, guys, we'll be back at you guys on Friday. TikTok, I may do a little something for you guys a little bit later, depending on what everybody else is doing and whoever's streaming when. I don't necessarily care to step on people, but we'll do a little something. But tap that screen on your way out, y'all. Just keep tapping that screen on your way out. Appreciate all you guys. Appreciate everybody that's been here since day one. And we'll be back at you guys on Friday. Peace. Bye.